Former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, once a rising GOP star, and his wife appearing in federal court this morning for an arraignment and a bond hearing released on their own recognizance. The couple are now facing corruption charges, accused of accepting tens of thousands of dollars worth of gifts from a political donor. Chief political correspondent Carl Cameron is standing by live at the courthouse in Richmond, Virginia. The former governor has already admitted to taking the gifts. So, Carl, what's the governor's defense at this point?
Well, that the gifts were a matter of friendship and generosity, and that the government will not be able to prove, as would be required by law, that he specifically had a quid pro quo or an agreed-upon exchange for those gifts that would provide government services or benefit to a business owned by a man by Johnny Williams, who was the donor who provided these gifts. The McDonnells believe that they simply will not, the government won't be able to prove that. They went into court this morning. Much of the morning was spent in a bail hearing. The bail hearing resulted in the McDonnells both being released on their own recognizance. The bail hearing was concluded, and just a short while ago, the arraignment itself was concluded. 14 charges against the McDonnells, and they have, a trial date has been set for July 28th. We will not be hearing from the defendants nor the prosecutors in this case. The judge, the judge has said that there's effectively a gag order on this. They are not going to allow this case to be tried in the media, so the prosecutors and the defendants will not be talking about it. Here's a little bit about what Mr. McDonnell said when the indictments were revealed earlier this week, when he argued that the federal government won't be able to make its case. Watch.
No other elected official has been successfully prosecuted for such conduct. Yet federal officials in Washington, in their zeal to find a basis for charging Maureen and me, have decided to stretch the law to its breaking point in this case.
Again, we're not going to be hearing any more from former Governor McDonnell or his wife or the prosecutors. The judge today said that if they begin to try to prosecute this or defend themselves in public, he will throw them into jail. There are 2 of the 14 counts that carry penalties of up to 30 years. Most of the rest would be a total of 20 years. The proceedings are underway now. The trial date now set for former Governor McDonnell and his wife, July 28th. We'll send it back to you in New York.
Carl, what do we know about the offers for plea deals right now?
I'm sorry?
What do we know about the offers for any kind of plea deal?
Well, there are reports that earlier last year, Mrs. McDonnell took some sense of responsibility and guilt for having accepted a lot of these gifts from the former donor, and had discussed with investigators the possibility of an arrangement wherein her husband wouldn't be charged. That apparently was rejected. At one point, the Justice Department, and they will not comment about this formally, is said to have offered a plea deal to Governor McDonnell in which it would come down to 1 charge against him, and in that his wife would not be charged. Governor McDonnell rejected that. So we're here in court, 14 pending charges now, with the possibility of 20 to 30 years in prison.
Carl Cameron at the courthouse in Richmond. Thank you very much.